Hey there, Dr. Mark here. If you're a nutrition coach or getting into nutrition coaching, you probably want to grow your business by getting more clients and making more money. If that's you, great, you're in the right place. Here's the deal though, there are 3 big mistakes that are stopping your growth. Today, I'm going to detail those mistakes, plus in true doctor fashion, give you a prescription for this diagnosis. You ready? Let's go. Before we get into these mistakes, I want to make this clear. These mistakes, they don't just affect new or beginner coaches. Most experienced coaches are making them too. So if your business is doing well, it probably got good in spite of you making these mistakes. So just think where you'll be once you get them fixed. Let's start with the first one, too many options. I like to call this one Linktree disease. You know when you have 8 options in the link in your bio about ways that people can work with you? You have everything that you've ever done or they could possibly check out, like the podcast you've been on, different supplement codes, your ebook, your one-on-one coaching, the place where they can book a discovery call, your recommended workout gear and accessories. You have all these options of potential things that people could click on. And you're doing this for good reasons. A bunch of different people need different things. So you're trying to provide more value by giving them a bunch of different options. But here's what happens when people have too many options. They number one, click the free or inexpensive ones. Why would someone apply or pay for a more expensive coaching option when you have a free version? They don't, they pick the cheap one. And maybe you're thinking this is a good way for them to test the waters and get to know you and your coaching philosophy, but that's not what happens. What does happen is people will pick the cheapest option, which is usually a less quality product and the price reflects that. They get no results and then they never do it again. Or it just attracts price sensitive people to your coaching. And this is the best case scenario. What typically happens when you give people a bunch of different options is that they don't pick anything. They have so much decision fatigue around what they should do. Should I buy the supplements? Should I apply for coaching? Maybe I just need an ebook. That they feel overwhelmed and they don't do anything at all. And when that happens, you miss the chance to have an interaction with them. A conversation around what they need, what they're lacking, and what the best move is for them moving forward. When you can collect this kind of information, then you can have a conversation with them and then help them decide. That's why I love having one option for people to work with you, which is a simple application. Collect some basic information around where they're coming from, what they want to achieve. The results part is really important because then you have a leverage around what they want to achieve. You're no longer selling nutrition coaching, you're just guiding them towards a specific result, as well as what they've tried and what's holding them back. When you have this information, now you can have a conversation around what they need. You can still sell them supplements or one-on-one coaching, but at least now that you're having a conversation, you can help them decide. Now, this also doesn't mean that you constantly need to be selling them the same thing. If you have a bunch of clients already, maybe you want to sell a cheaper option through the link in your bio, or switch their attention to some free podcast episode that you did, and then push them in that direction. But the key here is that you're only pushing them towards one thing. In a social media world where everyone is vying for attention, you want to keep this simple and focused. Narrow down your options, it will really help. And at most, maybe have 2 things, a super expensive option and a cheaper option, but you need to narrow this down and not present too many options. Now, if there's one place that you're doing way too much, it's typically in the link in your bio. And the other place where you're not doing enough at all is going to be our second mistake, which is number 2, not enough social media volume and consistency. This is the age-old story. A nutrition coach wants to grow their business, but you take a look at their online profile and they're only posting once every 3 weeks. All this is showing people is that your nutrition coaching is not a priority. You need to be much more active on your social media profiles, because when you don't, you're not staying at the top of people's minds as the go-to option to help them with their problems. And you don't need to overcomplicate things. These don't need to be beautiful edited videos. You need to create consistent content that talks about solving a few key problems and post it more often to drive one key thing, which is conversations. You just want to get people to raise their hand that they have the problem that you can solve. Then we can nurture those relationships around how we can help, or we can push them right to our coaching application because they now identified themselves as someone that wants to potentially work with us. If you ask me, Dr. Mark, I want to create a nutrition coaching business that makes $10,000 every month, what do I need to do? I would say number 1, you need to have one coaching option, which we talked about before. But the second thing is going to be being active on social media, which means if I'm being honest, you need to post something. It doesn't matter if it's a story, it's a reel, or it's a still post every single day. It doesn't need to be super insightful or a lot of effort. If I'm being completely honest, it doesn't even need to be good. You just need to put yourself out there. And some of these posts should be you making an offer. If you're struggling to get more paying nutrition clients, you probably haven't made enough offers. An offer is something like this. If you want X, you want to lose 10 pounds, so you can be the best example for your healthy, growing family, then you need to take the next step to work with me. Feel free to use this exact template to make some offers. They work really well. Chances are, if you want more paying clients, then you need to give people around you, the people that are already following you, an opportunity to take the next step. You need to be doing more of this stuff. All right, before we go any further, you may be thinking, yes, I need to post more often on social media. That makes sense, but I'm the kind of person that I need examples, I need a strategy, I need something to follow. For the first time ever, we've put together a short social media course for nutrition coaches. It's called the 5 Client Formula. It was designed to get you 5 paying clients in just a week. It gives you all the templates, it gives you the scripts, it gives you stuff to follow and make your own, so you can show up on social media much more often and land paying clients. For a limited time, for the first 20 units of this program that we sell, it's going to be half off. So if that sounds interesting to you, watch the rest of the video, then go to the link in the descriptions, and the first link is going to give you access to this program. Go check it out. I launched a Dr. Mark Method program a few weeks ago. On the final day of the program, I actually sent out 6 emails to my email list. Did I annoy some people? Probably. But there is no way that people didn't know about the opportunity to work with me. In a world where everyone's telling you to do less, I'm gonna tell you to do more. Because the people that need your help, they need to hear this stuff. And they need to hear it more often than you're currently doing. So you can't give people too many options, and you also have to give them the opportunity to work with you more often. But once you have paying clients, many coaches make this mistake, which is number 3, you're not coaching your clients in the same way. Many nutrition coaches fall into this trap because they don't view their nutrition coaching as a business. They view it as a hobby that is just helping people, and that is keeping them broke. Here's how you start viewing your nutrition coaching as a business. You start coaching your clients the same way, each and every time. It doesn't matter if someone's reaching out for a question, or a former client that you worked with years ago is reaching out to work with you again. You're gonna do things the exact same way from start to finish. How you collect information at the beginning, how you make an assessment, how you describe the coaching process that will transform their lives, how you fulfill in the coaching, and how you actually do your coaching check-ins, the services you charge for, how you collect payment, how you graduate clients, and how you actually collect testimonial information. You're doing it all the same, and now you're creating systems that you can rely upon, so you're not reinventing the wheel every time you get a new client. Not only is this going to save you a bunch of time, but it's also going to get your clients better results because they know exactly what's expected of them. Think about it this way for a second. Could you imagine you were a coach of a sports team and you did everything differently with each specific athlete? This athlete warms up differently. This one I meet with outside of practice. This one follows a completely different coaching philosophy. Everything would be all over the place. It would be a complete mess. And that's because coaches that coach sports teams understand that they need to build a culture around doing things a certain way. That doesn't mean that there isn't exceptions, but for the most part, we do things in a step-by-step way because that's what's best for the client, it's what's best for you, it's what's best for the coach, it's what's best for your overall business. You need to treat your coaching business the exact same way. And that's it, folks. That's the secret to getting more paying nutrition clients. You can't give them too many options. You need to be way more present on social media, as well as you need to coach your clients the exact same way for best results. Now, as great as all those tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. The most important thing for a nutrition coach is to have a dialed in nutrition coaching check-in process. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that step by step in the video right here. So check it out and we'll see you in the next video.